So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So we finally had the Anni download. You can see it in the background. We have fireworks and everything. Can look at it a bit while I show off my fine Robin collection here. We'll see if I change it before New Year. Depends if I get inspiration or not. Anyway, let's look at some stuff we've got with the data download. I'll probably forget something. There's been legend level limit breaks. We'll look at that in another video. I think I'll record it right after this basically. But yeah, if we go to Event Island, I've time traveled to during the Blitz. So here we can see the 10th anniversary Pirate Alliance Blitz battle. And yeah, we don't really have any info now. We can see that it's 5 stages, so like a normal Blitz. We can also see some characters that are boosted. So yeah, I can show it if you're interested to see it. Does look like there's anything surprising, but it's also not that many boosted characters, I'd say. It's basically no rare recruits from what I can see, which is very strange. There's usually quite a few. Basically just a lot of legends and like free-to-play straw hats and some very recent free-to-play. So that's pretty disappointing, I'd say. But you have a lot of Luffy options at least, so that's something. And yeah, moving on, we also have some stuff in the raid shop. Don't remember there's anything great in the normal raid shop. There's some legend tickets. I don't really recommend buying them. You can actually buy 10 legend tickets. Maybe some gets tempted, like 10 normal, 2 limited, but that's a lot of raid points. I have to think about if I do that. Like, it will be a dent to my raid points, but I do have a lot of them. Other than that, I don't think there's anything more special coming up, sadly. Will have liked some legend level limit break, stuff like that. If we go to the Rainbow Gem Bazaar, they've actually had some really neat stuff. First, we have guaranteed tablets for Rush, Super Tandem and Final Tap. In my opinion, absolutely everyone should buy a Super Tandem tablet. It's the strongest of these, and it's also the one where you get the biggest buff when you get to level 5 compared to the others. So for me, it's a no-brainer getting the Super Tandem tablet. Everybody should get it, even if you don't need it right now. Other than that, like, it's up to you. I'd say, like, the way to think about this is that you buy 50 gems for a guaranteed legend dupe. Like, that's a good deal. Like, in my opinion, everybody should buy all 3, but if you want to be nitpicky, if you prefer the thrill of pulling over this, then yeah, go for the Super Tandem tablet at least. Another thing that will affect a few people like me and some other spenders is the fact that for this period only, we can actually buy 10 of every rare recruit poster. So this is 30 totals. We can get 30 strength posters, decks, quick, int. This basically means that we can max out 3 different non-legend units, and you might wonder, whether does that matter? But well, it's stuff like mainly Pyro Rumble rare recruits. Maxing them out for Pyro Rumble stats matter a lot. For people like me, it's also for Grand Voyage if we want to max out some niche unit to make a cool team. So yeah, this will be a lot of games if I get all of them. And it's no rush, 42 days, but I'll be thinking about it a lot. The thing for me personally that makes me a bit happy is that I think I won't be spending as much gems as I usually do on an Anni. I'll talk about that a bit later, I think. But yeah, I think that's the main things from the data download. Maybe we can look at some co-op stuff. We have some new missions added. Here we go. We also have the Blitz rewards, of course, and I think you get another Rush tablet here. So you can potentially get 2 Rush tablets, one for 50 gems and one for free here. Also a lot of gems, like this is an Anni Blitz, which means we're getting like 100 plus gems. So that's pretty cool. Also some co-op stuff and such. Here we have the co-op stuff, and the thing I want to highlight is something I actually like a lot myself. Like, we have the highest difficulty, which is called Infinitum C, and I have to say it's the best name so far for a highest difficulty. Like, screw the 13 star or super or whatever they like to call it, like Infinitum C sounds so cool. It sounds like very Kingdom Hearts-esque, which might not be bad, but I think OPTC might need some stuff like that. But yeah, basically you need to clear Infinitum C a few different times. Once you need to do it with a mono int fighter powerhouse team. One time you have to do it with a mono psi slasher cerebral team. And then one time with a mono dex free spirit shooter team. So I think this is really cool. It means we have to do team building. The main negative, pretty big negative, is the fact that this is just a few days. Like, this first co-op season is literally like a week or something, maybe even less. That's super short. I'm kind of stressed about it because, like, on the actual Anni day, we have the 12 hours of 10 times berries and experience. You have to abuse that. That will never happen again, basically. So that means I can't play co-op during that time. But then after that, it's Monday. It's a normal work week, and I have to juggle work with co-op and maybe doing some other content with the new legends. Like, I'm hella stressed about that. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, it will be fun, I'm sure. But what sucks is that this first co-op season is like a week. But after this, every co-op season is literally 3 months. Like, why couldn't this have been 2 weeks and the next one 2 months and 3 weeks? Like, it wouldn't really matter, but it would have made it a lot more chill with this one. But yeah, okay. With that, let's go to the Sugos. And yeah, we have all of the Anni Sugos here. We have 6 parts, 5 which are called part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. And then we have a Luffy part Luffy. And yeah, we can see that on the Luffy part, we can start here. The Luffy part has Yamato, so we know there will be at least some Super Sugo legend here other than Luffy. Usually these parts don't really have Anni or Super Sugos, but they might change it here, and in my opinion it's fine as long as it's mostly older Super Sugos that I personally have maxed, so I will not be pulling on this Super Sugo. I know a lot of people are worried about this Super Sugo because we have Green Bull here. He's the only trash map unit shown. So many think that maybe this Sugo, only the Luffy Sugo, will work as a Super Sugo, like a trash map Sugo-Fest, and that maybe Robin and Jinbei are only on this part and are the trash map boosters. I think it's confirmed that Robin and Jinbei are trash map re-recruits. So yeah, people are pretty worried about that they have to pull on this to get trash map re-recruits. Some are even worried that you have to pull Luffy here in 6+, and he's the biggest trash map booster. I think that's hyperbole personally. Like, will it can I say it won't happen? No. Do I think it's likely? No. Like, sure, rage about that, but wait until it's confirmed at least, like, Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind. We have to wait for official confirmation for that. With that said, let's focus on the actual Super Sugos. And yeah, I'd say that basically everyone should start with part 1. Like, I can see cases for swapping later, but I can't see any reason to not start on part 1. The main reason being that all of these legends, 4 legends, like, they are basically all as good. I can't rank one over the other. Like I can start making a case for Roger, but it's like, oh, but Ace, he has these abilities, like, it's so good. But Shanks, he has this, it's so good. And then Luffy, and I'm sure some will talk about Luffy and Grand Party, and I'm like, we don't speak about Grand Party here. Jokes aside. Anyway, so you can't go wrong here. And the steps are also probably the best steps we've had since Yamato's debut in a Super Sugo. Because we usually don't get any cool stuff for these Sugos, but I at least get one cool stuff here, which is the fact that 10th multi is a guaranteed all legend poster, which basically never happens. It's usually 50% now. So usually we get 2 50% legend multis and 1 guaranteed Super Sugo-Fest step. Now we have 1 all legend multi. We also have multi 18, which guarantees 1 Super Sugo unit. and multi 20, which gives you 50% chance. So steps wise, it's the best Sugo in a long time as far as Super Sugo. But yeah, it's also not as hype as I'd like it to be. I like them to make something more special. Final multi also guarantees you get one Super Sugo-Fest only character. Some have asked me, like, if I pull Luffy, can I pull Luffy on the final multi? And yes, there's no detection like that in OPTC. So if you're unlucky, you might only get one Super Sugo from this Sugo, but it's a very high chance that you get more than one, which is why part 1 is definitely the best. So everybody should start here, I'd say. So you can't pull Roger on the final multi, and I know some want to get Roger the most, but I still have to say that you should start here anyway. You can pull Roger here too. And while Roger is good, he's not super... Like, even if you rate him higher, you can't rate him that much higher than the others, I'd say. But yeah, this should be an all legend part, basically confirmed. So it will have all normal legends, all Annie legends, all Super Sugos. We will see about Trashman Legends, like we talked about Trashman Legends here. Maybe Trashman Legends are only on this part, or maybe they sprinkle them out in all parts. We don't know yet. We have to wait and see. So that's what to expect there. There will be some Super Sugos boosted here, and those who are boosted here will probably not be on the other parts. Same for Annie Legends. The rest of the Annie and Super Sugos will be split over the Luffy part and part 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to wait and see, like, who are on which. Like, we know that V2 Yamato is here with, I guess, his V2 Gear 5 Luffy, together with Cross Guild. Like, that was an understandable mistake, I hope you are aware of. But yeah, so we know these are on this part. On part 3, we have Shanks with V1 Gear 5 Luffy and Annie Blackbeard. Part 4 has the Ace unit with Roger, Oden, and Sabo. Like, this part looks horrible for me personally, so I hope I don't have to pull on this part later. And then we have the Roger part with Kaido, Big Mom. Pretty weird, this is the only one that doesn't show any Annie legend. Maybe because Roger himself is an Annie legend, of course. So, but all of these should have different Super Sugos and Annie legends, so... Like, people are going to ask me what I recommend, and I can't recommend any other part yet with no info, but I think it's safe to say that everybody should start here and at least pull until they get a legend at all. Personally speaking, my plans for this, do 30 on part 1 no matter what. That's what I'll do. Hope I get as many as possible, and then we take it from there. Since these legends all have Rush, except for Roger. Roger has Super Tandem, and I wouldn't mind maxing Roger, but I don't think his Super Tandem is so strong that it's worth it. Like, the thing that makes Roger Super Tandem good, I'll talk about this in my Roger only video, which I'll post in someday. The good thing with Roger Super Tandem is that Roger is such a good unit, can even use EX as a sub, and sets up his own Super Tandem. That, well, it's good to have a reliable Super Tandem that adds extra damage, even if it's not the best Super Tandem. So Roger is the only one here I really maxed. Others have Rush, and I'm going to look at the Rush later, compare them to old Rushes. But historically, Rush has had a very little change from level 1 to level 5. So it's not really worth going out of your way maxing any of them for very minimal gain. And if you really want to use a level 5, I'm sure a lot of you can find someone else who has done it already. So yeah, I just want one of each, and yeah, I'm hoping for the best. If I get lucky, part 1 and I'm done, that would be a dream. I'm definitely not pulling a Luffy part, even if I don't get the treasure map re-recruits and stuff like that. Like any treasure map, not a good time to rank. I'm happy with the top 500, so yeah. Anyway, that's what we know so far. Now we have to wait for the official reveal of the Sugo-Fest. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.